a moss-covered bucket that hangs in the well.
George, I think it was pretty mean of you to drag us out and leave all our guests flat. Oh, you didn't drag us out. Well, I didn't invite them. You didn't even know them. Well, they've only been there for 3 days. George. George!
Wait a minute. I'll be back in a minute, honey. What do you want?
What time is it?
Huh?
I said, where are we going?
That isn't what you said before. Oh, we're going to Wall Street to see old man Topper.
Iron-bound Topper.
That moss-covered Topper that I promised to meet at this bank for the annual meeting of the board of directors at 10:30 in the morning.
Too many words, honey.
That's what I thought.
Well, let's see. It's 10 o'clock now.
Yep.
And it takes a half an hour to drive in.
Yep.
And the meeting's at 10:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
That leaves 12 hours for a night of complete rest.
Yeah.
How one starts getting a night's rest?
My pet, resting's the sort of thing you've got to work up to gradually. Oh, excuse me. It's very dangerous to rest all of a sudden. Come on, darling.
It's a table on the curb is hurry. Yes, sir. Good evening, Mr. Perry.
Hello, Joe.
I have a nice ringside table for you, sir. Over there.
Hi, Mac.
Hello, George.
Hello,
George. How are you?
Thank Harry.
Mrs. Kirby.
Hello, George.
Music.
That's what I said.
May I come in? Honey, you slide in and they carry you out.
Oh, no.
Right, where I go, you go.
Oh, hey, wait for baby.
Oh!
Don't forget to write. Hey! Gentle George. Deceitful George.
Yeah. Old man Boone, wake up, man. I've fallen in love. Go spread the news to all the stars above. Shine for my baby while we're dancing tonight. And fill her tender eyes with love and dynamite. Yeah, yeah, look at time, look at time. Yeah, in a bottle of wine. Just do your darndest to make sure that she'll be mine. Please, Mr. Kirby, sing your horse, Papa. Sing your horse, sing. My sincerest thanks to you, sir. Oh, man. Look, Mr. Kirby, you are my best customer, and I appreciate it. Maybe you got no home. Maybe you don't need to stop sleep. But me, I have a home. I stand to have a stop sleep.
All right, Tony, just one more chorus.
You're telling me the same story for the last hour. I got a sick and tired to hear the song over and over again. Oh, could you ain't gonna...
Yeah, old man Moon put started us in a bottle of wine. Just do your darndest to make sure.
Yeah, oh, night.
Maybe the poor man's tired.
I don't know why he should be tired. We did all the singing. And if it's possible, keep shining till noon. My sincerest thanks to you, dear.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Night, Huggy.
So long. See you next time. Come on, you know.
Old man moon, old man moon, old man moon, oh, old man moon, da 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 old man moon.
You get it, darling.
Oh, old man moon. Ah, Jimmy, did we keep you waiting long, Jimmy?
Oh, that's all right.
My sincerest thanks to you, sir. Old man
Wilson.
Old man Wilson. Old man Wilson. Old man Wilson, that squares us up for the whole week.
Right,
Old
Mr. Curtis.
man Wilson. My sincerest thanks to you, sir. Old man.
Hey, George, is this 10:30 in the morning?
Oh, this is Topper's Bank.
No.
Honey, do me a favor.
What?
Shut my eyes.
Oh, shut your mouth.
Good night, my pet.
Night.
Hey.
Oh, hello. You going to a costume ball?
What do you think this is, an auto camp?
Cross patch.
Come on, get out of here now. You can't sleep here.
I'm not sleeping. Talk to him about it. He seems to be doing it all.
Oh, hush, Marion. Who have you dug up now?
I didn't dig him up. He dug us up.
Make him go away.
I can't. It's a COP.
Oh, tell him we don't want any.
Hey.
Ooh, flies.
Come on, get out of here now. You can't sleep here.
Well, we're not sleeping. We're waiting.
Waiting for what?
For the annual meeting of the board of directors of that there bank.
Hold on there, hold on. There's nobody in there.
Maybe they're late.
Maybe they're late.
You see, you can't argue with him.
No, I can't, hey? And now I want to tell you something.
See what you can do with this instead.
Well, of all... Oh.
Temper.
It's 3 minutes after 8, sir. Oh, all right, Wilkins. Do you realize that most men don't get chased out of the water like trained seals? Most men can dawdle in their shower. They can...
You are not most men, sir.
Why can't I be most men?
Because you are Mr. Topper, sir. And Mrs. Topper insists. It's 4 minutes past. We dress now.
Oh, we dress now. Morning, Clara.
Morning, dear. You're late.
Oh, better late than never. Only 44 seconds, anyhow. Can't that fellow wait until I tell him what I want?
Because you always have the same thing.
All right, supposing one morning I were to take a notion to battle a trout or some oatmeal or something. Where would we be then?
Oh, don't be silly. I've taken great pains to arrange your diet properly. You need sulfur. The eggs have sulfur. Don't dally, dear. James tells me you had to run for the train yesterday.
I did. I ran fast, too. I caught the very last step.
The very last step. Outrageous.
What is outrageous about running for a train, dear? Lots of men do it.
Yes, clerks and bookkeepers who come to the depot in a bus to catch the 7:45. But for the president of a bank to arrive in a limousine, to take the banker's special, and then to run all over the platform like a silly chicken.
I didn't run like a silly chicken. I ran beautifully.
Besides, you know how you puff when you run.
Of course I puff. Everybody puffs. You puff yourself, Clara. I remember that day
Cosmo, please, don't be vulgar.
Sorry, dear.
And I don't care if you are well preserved for your age. You look anything but dignified when you run. And I won't have you climbing aboard the banker's special all out of breath.
8:42, sir.
Bye, dear.
Bye. Don't run, dear.
It's 8:45, Mr. Topper.
Morning, Mr. Topper. Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Topper.
Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Topper. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Joe, it is a good morning, too, isn't it? Mm-hmm. I haven't enjoyed it, though.
Why, don't you feel all right?
Once I don't feel all right, I feel a million years old.
You old? Why, you'll never grow old, Mr. Topper.
No?
I think you grow younger every year.
I'd rather grow younger every day. Anything special this morning?
No, but Mrs. Topper phoned me to be sure that you go to lunch promptly at 12.
Did she tell you what I was to eat? Oh, that's all right. I remember.
The directors are all waiting in the boardroom.
All of them?
All except Mr. Kirby.
You promised me faithfully.
He's not here. I phoned his penthouse in their Long Island place. Neither of them had been home all night.
I suppose not. We'll probably have to get a detective to locate him the way we did last year. If he should turn up, ask him please to come in and sign the minutes at least.
My word. Fine place to sleep, isn't
Gentlemen, we will, as usual, conduct our annual meeting without the presence of our largest stockholder, Mr. Kirby.
Weather clear. Track fast. I made it.
The meeting will please come to order. Very gratifying to have you with us, Mr. Kirby. I will read the annual statement, which is ready for publication if approved by this board. And you, Mr. Kirby.
Okay, shoot.
Shoot. Cash on hand in Federal Reserve Bank and due from banks and bankers, $660,220,262.99. Bullion abroad and in transit, $13,202,854 and no cents.
No sense.
I just said that, Mr. Kirby.
So did I.
Continue. Acceptance is $47,501,324.36. This phone acceptance is held for investment, $7,986,449.39, which totals $39,514,874.97.
Well, you know, just asleep, just out on those wild parties. He's coming here, sleeping around.
We early in the morning.
You fellas been working in office all day. Shoot them.
Just hold the car, please. I'll be back in a couple of days.
Get a load of the fur-bearing blonde.
Good morning, Mrs. Kirby.
Good morning.
If you're looking for your husband...
Oh, no, I know where he is. In there gumming up the directors' meeting. But if you should happen to see him looking for someone, remind him that it's me, will you? And tell him where I am.
Oh, my goodness. She's gone into his private office.
Liabilities, endorsement acceptances, and foreign bills. $3,014,142 and no cents. Deposits. $1,709,643,127.39. Liabilities. Liabilities, endorsement acceptances, and foreign outstanding checks. $35,166,883.36. Total $1,744,910,010.75. Balance $2,086,978,810.17. Now, if you gentlemen agree, this report is satisfactory for publication.
It can't be done.
I beg your pardon. I don't understand why it can't be done.
Look, try it. You try writing your name upside down and backwards without stopping. Look here.
I move we adjourn.
I second the motion.
Aye.
Carried. Now, if you will excuse me, I have a great deal of business on my desk that I wish to attend to at once. Moss-covered bucket. Write your name backwards. Can't be done. No sense. One of George Kirby's a nitwit if ever I saw one. Found him. Don't pst at me.
Go ahead and pst at him. I think it's cute.
Oh, I didn't know you were here.
Oh, don't apologize. If you're confounding George, I think you're absolutely right. But you only have to put up with him once a year. Think of me. I have to live with him. And I guess I'll love it.
Please don't misunderstand. I like George. I'm very fond of him.
And he's fond of you, too. In fact, we both are.
No, please, no. That will be all, Miss Johnson.
You know, Topper, you were awfully silly not to come to our anniversary party. It was a swell one. Lasted for days. In fact, I think it might be still going on.
I bet it was fun, yeah. But Mrs. Topper doesn't approve. We had another engagement. Oh, well, you understand, don't you?
Yes, I'm afraid I do. Why don't you stop being a mummy for a few minutes and come to life? Of course, there's nothing wrong in being a mummy if you had any fun getting that way,
But I didn't, you see.
No, I can tell that by the way you're staring at my knees.
Well, I never stared at a knee in my life.
That's probably just what's wrong with you.
Because I suppose I do envy the way you and George do things, but it would never do for me, for a man in my position. Then, as Mrs. Topper says...
As Mrs. Topper says. That's the situation in the box it came in.
Oh.
Oh, honey.
Never mind, thanks. I found her. She's running the bank. Huh?
George, look. What's the matter with him?
Well, he's old enough to know what's the matter with him. Liabilities, no sense, assets. Topper, I know just the thing for the two of us. Where is it?
But something's biting the man, eating him from inside.
Maybe termites.
What sort of a woman is Mrs. Topper?
Don't
tell me, I'll guess. Is she the horsey type? No. The tennis type? No. I know, she's the tin type. Arranges your diets, fixes your clothes, tells you what you'll eat and where you'll go, huh?
Well, to a certain extent, yes.
Hey, where'd you keep it?
What?
Keep what?
The bottle. Don't tell me there isn't a bottle around here.
Of course there isn't a bottle. This is a business office.
Listen, business is all right in this place, but don't you think that's carrying business a little too far? Come on, Marion, let's roll.
Oh, no, I don't want to leave Topper. Somehow I feel if I could pull him apart, I could put him together again and he'd work much better.
Catch.
Oh.
Topper, take my advice. Don't let her make a guinea pig out of you. You'll never be the same again. So long.
Mrs. Kirby's handkerchief.
Thanks.
I'm ready, Mr. Topper.
Okay. A.H. Gregg and Company, 80 Milk Street, Boston, Mass. Yes, sir. Yours of the 9th received and... Fascinating woman, Marion Kirby, isn't she? She reminds me of an Easter egg I had as a small boy.
An Easter egg?
Mm-hmm. One of those frosty ones, you know, with a peephole in it. You look through and saw an angel. I wonder why Marion Kirby reminds me of an angel. Yes. Where were we?
Maybe we'd better start over.
The angel was a blonde, too.
You're driving us crazy way out here. I mean, you're crazy to drive us way out here. We could be at the apartment sleeping our ears off.
The apartment's too close to that bank. It's in the same city.
Why do you pick on the bank? It doesn't pick on you.
Oh, but that stuffed egg that runs it does.
Stuffed eggs, I love them. You never know what's in them till you take a bite.
Well, take a bite out of the topper for me once and crack your teeth.
Why you love him so?
Because he bores me stiff. He's like a nice, successful sheep.
Oh, don't say that. Topper has very interesting possibilities. Maybe.
Yeah, well, so is a sheep. It can be chops or hash or soup.
Offhand, I'd say hash. Hash, Topper? That fits, doesn't it, George?
Offhand, I'd say, what are you talking about?
Hash, Topper, you know, or mixed up. But all he needs is a little straightening out, and I could do it, too. Can I, George?
Yeah, listen, the last time you tried straightening a guy out, you cost me 10 grand. Not this time, my foot's down.
If you ask me, I'd say it was down too far. I only skinned my eyebrows on the trees that time.
My pet, if you were driving the car, there wouldn't be any trees. We'd have plowed them up.
You remember what happened to the last car we had?
Sure, you drove it into a meat market.
No, the one before that.
Well, I can't remember that far back.
George, look out.
Something in my eye.
Something in your eye? Careful. Look out. You'll never make it, George.
I'll never hear the last of this.
Oh, look at my car.
Look at my hat.
And I got a run in my stocking.
Look at that.
I told you to slow up, but would you? Oh, no.
Can I help it if a tire blows out? Besides, I had something in my eye.
Couldn't have been your driving, could it?
Say, I've come around that curve much faster lots of times. So have you.
And it was such a lovely car, too. Oh, George. You're getting transparent. You're fading.
Say, that's funny. I can see through you, too. Say, who's that?
It's us. You know something, George? I think we're dead.
I think you're right. It's funny, I don't feel any different.
No, either do I. Now I wonder what happened.
I don't know. I suppose pretty soon we'll hear trumpets, and then off we go. I hope we go together, honey.
And so do I. No trumpets?
Oh, no trumpets. Marion, what do you suppose is the conventional thing to do now?
I don't know. We've never been conventional.
I think we tell someone our good deeds, and then they open up the beautiful gates and let us through.
Yes, but what good deeds have you done?
Oh, dozens.
Name one.
Well, Hey, what good deeds have you done?
Well,
At least we haven't done any bad ones, honey.
Yes, but that's not enough, and And I'm afraid it's too late now.
Yes. And I'm afraid that for once in our, well, for once we're stuck.
George, maybe not.
Hmm?
Maybe if we could do a good deed now and... Oh, George, you're fading.
Didn't you think the lamb was especially good?
Yes, of course it was good. Why must we always have lamb on Sundays?
You like lamb, don't you?
Oh, yes, I like it, but couldn't we have it on some other day, say Tuesday or Thursday?
We have beef on Tuesday, boiled vegetables on Thursday.
Oh, sparrows.
Why do you use that silly word?
Because you won't let me swear like a gentleman.
Cosmo, what has come over you lately? You've been acting so strange and moody, not at all like your usual self.
I don't know. Ever since the Kirby tragedy, I've been thinking. Tara, life is so very short, and we get so very little out of it.
Don't you realize we're middle-aged?
Yes, but why should we be middle-aged? After all, we're not so very much older than the Kirbys were. And look how carefree they were, how full of life. I can hardly realize they've gone. Poor George. Poor Marion.
Poor Marion. Of course, I never saw her, but from what I've heard of her, she never thought of anything in her whole life except how to paint her pretty face and wag her figure about.
Oh, yes, she did. She used to think about me.
Oh, don't be foolish. I shudder to think what kind of a ninny you'd make if you didn't have me to stop you.
There's a man outside, sir. He wishes to see you about a contraption he's brought with him.
Oh, yes, I know.
Well, here she is, Mr. Topper. Huh. Just as good as the day she was bought. Here, I got a list of the things I've done to her. Now, you see here, I'll put in a brand new front axle.
Yeah.
No use trying to repair them things.
Well, it's something, isn't it? How much do you think we could sell it for, huh?
Well, pretty hard to tell, Mr. Topper. It ain't like trying to sell just any car. You got to find the right party.
I mean, someone who hasn't heard of the wreck.
Yeah, that too. Some people are superstitious. But I mean somebody who fit it, kind of.
Well, what do you mean, fit it?
Well, like, well, take yourself.
Yeah.
You could never own a car like this.
No, I suppose not. Why couldn't I?
Well, for one thing, the missus, she don't care for anything flashy, does she?
Mrs. Topper runs the household, and very efficiently, too. But when it comes to buying cars, of course, I never want to buy a car like this, but if I did want to buy a car like this, I'd buy a car like this. How do I look? Hmm?
Oh, you look swell, Mr. Topper.
Bet I do. I fit it, too. Fit it just like a kid glove, you know?
Oh, for heaven's sake, Cosmo, what are you doing in that horrible that horrible thing?
Sitting in it, dear, just sitting.
Just sitting. You look like a what now?
Matter of fact, I'm thinking of buying it.
Buying it? Buying that circus wagon? Well, of all the absurd... Cosmo, you must be dithering.
I thought it'd be fun to drive my own car. Weekends, anyway.
Well, of course, I suppose you're old enough to know your own mind, but...
Clara, we used to play together once. And we could again. We could drive up to Lake Placid, just you and I. Stop at a roadhouse and dinner and dance and...
Drive in that? You're asking me to drive in a car that looks like a painted Jezebel and drive in it to a roadhouse? Why, it would be like going to the opera in my nightgown.
Painted Jezebel, eh? So I'm a ditherer. Well, I'm jolly well going to dither, then.
Would you mind getting off my wife's lap?
Who said that?
Ollie, Ollie, out then free.
Stop it. My nerves are jumping up already. Where are you?
Hey, get off my foot.
Who are you? Where are you? I'm in no mood for this sort of thing. Come out in the open where I can see you.
Toppy doesn't know us. Toppy doesn't know us.
Mrs. Kirby, may I present Mr. Topper?
How do you do, Mr. Topper?
How do you do?
And this is Mr. Kirby, Mr. Topper.
How do you... George and Mary and Kirby, why... It can't be. It mustn't be. It is.
Oh, dear, dear. Topper's fainted. Get some water, Marion.
Water.
Come on, Topper.
Oh!
Oh, that's fine. You're a great help.
Oh, yes.
No, it can't be. No. If you don't mind, I'm going to get in my car and drive home.
No, Topper.
Sit down, Topper. You can't get in your car and drive home because you've got a flat tire. Besides, it isn't your car, it's ours.
Well, I'll walk. You can have the car. Mrs. Topper doesn't like the horrible thing anyway.
Oh, George, did you hear that?
Well.
Mrs. Topper doesn't like the car. Our good deed. Let's get to work on him.
What do you mean, get to work on me?
Never mind, Topper. Why doesn't Mrs. Topper like the car?
Well, she just plain doesn't like it. That's all. She often just plain doesn't like things.
Now, what kind of talk is that, Topper? She just plain doesn't like things.
I refuse to say another word. I'm probably talking to myself anyway.
Like that. We find you fainting all over the place. We nurse you back to health, and still you're complaining.
I want to go home.
No, Topper, you can't go home. Besides, George has to change the tire, and he's very good at it, too. Go ahead, honey.
All right, I'll change the tire. But I'll be darned if I'm going to waste any ectoplasm doing it.
You see, Toppy, we only have a certain amount of ectoplasm to use to get visible. Naturally, we can't waste it, can we?
Of course not, no. I wish someone would wake me up.
Now, Toppy, I won't bite you. Come on, let's sit over there by the tree and be comfortable. We might as well be comfortable while George works, don't you think so? Come on. You sit there, and I'll relax here. You know, Toppy, you're a funny little fellow. You intrigued me. How'd you happen to buy our car?
I bought it because I was mad.
Who at?
Never mind.
Yeah, I know. Toppy had a fight with Mrs. Toppy.
I did not.
Come on, tell the girlfriend all about it.
What girlfriend?
Yours. Me. Say, you don't mind if I save my energy and just become nothing for a while, do you?
Well, I don't suppose I do. I don't know what you're talking about.
Dematerializing. Watch. It works like a zipper. Zip.
Marion, where are you?
Right here.
Huh? Oh. Well, look here, make a noise every now and then, will you, so that I'll know what I'm talking to.
Okay, I'll do this. Now, go on. Tell me about buying the car.
Oh, well, I just decided I'd buy it, you know. Because I had an awful time with it at first, because I was going along and a great big truck came along and chased me off the road, and then I was just getting over that when a huge bus came along and chased me up the side of a hill like a mounted dog.
Hey, watch out.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Well, then Well, I was going along peacefully, and suddenly, bang! And I was flat. Just explaining something to a friend of mine. Well, is it my fault that there's no one here? Quiet.
Hey, Marion, come out, wherever you are. I've got an idea.
When George has an idea, it is, generally speaking, an idea.
Bring Topper along. We'll go places.
No, I don't want to go places. Because I've been to places, lots of places. Really, I have.
Oh, but not with us. It's different when you go places with us.
Bring him along, Marion. We gotta have him. He's our good deed.
Come on, Toppy. You drive, George. I'll sit in the middle. Come on, Topper, get in.
Don't you think I better drive? It looks so crazy to other people if you drive.
Oh, now, come on. Don't be a mess. Get in.
Close your door, Topper.